With the Copper Age game drop right around the corner, I wanted to take a closer look at the hints Mojang has been dropping for the Winter 2025 game drop. Could we see new mobs, biomes, or gameplay mechanics that completely change how we play Minecraft? Today, we're diving into the past and future of game drops, exposing developer secrets, and going over predictions for the next big update. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Before we start predicting, let's break down what game drops actually are and why they're such an important part of Minecraft's development. Game drops are themed mini updates, smaller than the major updates we've seen in the past, but they bring enough new content to warrant their own theme. Unlike major updates which can completely overhaul the game, drops are focused, digestible, and often experimental changes to the game. The first officially recognized drop was the Armored Paws game drop, which introduced armadillos, wolf armor, and new wolf behaviors. Interestingly, earlier updates like bats and pots were retroactively classified as game drops, showing that Mojang is willing to release smaller themed content more regularly, alongside the less frequent major game updates. Developer Ulraf has said that these drops are loosely planned up to 2 years in advance, but community feedback can still reshape them. This means that while there's a roadmap, Mojang definitely listens to their community. If a potential new mob, biome, or feature is popular enough, it could appear in a future game drop. And why does this matter? Well, game drops are where some of Minecraft's most innovative content has appeared. They keep the game fresh, give players new things to explore, and often test concepts that could later influence major updates. Essentially, they're Mojang's way of keeping the game alive and evolving year-round. In order to predict the next game drop, it's helpful to look at what came before. There were 2 game drops released during the 1.20 era. On December 5th, 2023, the Bats and Pots game drop was released, updating the bat model and improving the decorated pot block. Next, on April 23rd, 2024, the Armored Paws game drop added armadillos, wolf armor, and new wolf variations, giving our favorite companions a refreshing new look. Moving into 1.21, in October 2024, the Bundles of Bravery game drop officially introduced the bundle item and hardcore mode for Bedrock Edition. Then, in December 2024, came The Garden Awakens with a new biome, the Pale Garden. This introduced a new white wood type, the Pale Oak Wood, along with a new hostile mob, the Creaking, which only moves or attacks the player when they aren't looking in its direction. Released on March 25th, 2025, the Spring to Life game drop introduced new flowers, leaf particles falling from trees, and biome-specific friendly mob variants. The Wandering Trader's trades were overhauled, but that didn't stop players from mercilessly killing him on sight. The Chase the Skies game drop, which released in June 2025, brought new features like the locator bar and the Happy Ghasts. To account for the new mob, the Ghast model was updated and lead functionality was improved. And finally, the upcoming Copper Age game drop promises new copper tools and armor. Of course, this update also introduces copper golems that sort your chests automatically and oxidize over time. Like copper blocks, copper golems can be waxed to improve their longevity. This game drop shows that Mojang will likely continue the trend of smaller thematic drops for the future. So how do these drops actually come to life? What's going on behind the scenes at Mojang? According to an inside source at Mojang, there's a dedicated drops team whose job it is to ensure new content flows year-round. They decide which features are ready, which ones need more time in the oven, and which ones are set aside and saved for later. Drops are curated carefully, not randomly. The devs rotate themes. If one drop focuses on redstone mechanics, the next might focus on decorative blocks or environmental updates. This keeps each drop feeling fresh and balanced. Community feedback plays a big role. If a new mob or feature is well received, it could influence future drops. Mojang also experiments in snapshots or experimental updates to test mechanics before they're finalized. Also, game drops allow Mojang to highlight small but impactful changes like ambient sounds, particle effects, or subtle visual updates without needing to release a massive overhaul update. They're the perfect balance between experimentation and polish. Mojang has already hinted that during Minecraft Live on September 27, 2025, they'll be sharing news about upcoming updates beyond the 1.21.9 Copper Age game drop. So let's dive in and explore what kind of features, mobs, and surprises could appear in the potential 1.21.10 update. One likely candidate is a themed ocean drop, possibly surrounding the rumored Nautilus mob. This update could include new mobs, coral blocks, or conduit improvements for underwater exploration. The Nautilus could potentially replace the Nautilus shell drop mechanic currently seen in the Drowned mob. Another potential focus is vibrant visuals for Java Edition, bringing Bedrock's recent graphical updates to Java. Although, the reason as to why players should use vibrant visuals on Java as opposed to installing a shader pack is currently unknown. Leave a comment down below and let me know if you plan on using Bedrock's vibrant visuals on Java Edition when it releases. Experimental features like the recent Snapshot 24W33A minecart updates could also be included in a future update. Minecarts were added to the game all the way back in the InfDev phase of 2010, so an update would surely be long awaited. Mojang has been hinting at addressing this staple feature recently, and a drop is the perfect way to test it out. In short, the next drop will likely blend familiar mechanics with brand new content, keeping the game exciting while introducing new content to keep new and veteran players alike coming back for more. This has been a look into Minecraft's game drops, the past, present, and potentially the future. Which features are you most excited about for the 2025 winter drop? Are you hoping for new mobs or biomes, endgame content, or something completely unexpected? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, please don't forget to like and subscribe. This has been Miogard, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.